Hey everybody, so in this video we go over and give Bill and Pat a hand with their garden. They work in that garden every day and we give them a hand whenever we can. Producing some of your own food is a central tenet of homesteading, and they've been doing it for quite a while. Hope you liked the video. If you do, drop a like. We love your comments, and don't forget to subscribe. Have a good one, y'all. Be safe. So it's time to get some berries in, eh?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, you have to pick them, because if you don't pick them right, the sun gets them.
Oh,
Okay, so those are blisters.
Oh, wow.
They're still good. Okay.
So sunburned blackberries, huh?
They're still good, but their aesthetic look isn't as nice. So, so you want them to look like this.
Right. Otherwise, you have to eat them with your eyes closed, huh?
Exactly.
And I see you got some eggs down there, huh?
Well, since it's so hot right now, the chickens lay whenever they just have to. They're trying to, keep their strength up from the heat.
Right.
Even though they've got a fan and
plenty of water and everything.
Plenty of water, windows. They're chickens. They have feathers.
Yep, exactly.
And they're hot. They
get
very hot very quickly.
Hey, everybody's hot right now. Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Well, I'm going to tell you, feeding 2 dogs, there's a routine.
Yes.
Feeding 4 dogs is not twice as hard.
No, it's exponential, isn't it?
That's like me making the bed when the cat helps.
Right.
Oh, Lord,
It takes a whole lot longer.
Yeah, it does add to the process.
And then you have to remake what he decides to tunnel underneath.
Oh, yeah. You know, it's been so long since I had a cat, I forgot about all that.
Yeah.
Mine is usually the help of my 2 little dogs who want to be on whichever bed I'm trying to make.
Well, yeah.
You know, they don't tunnel under it. They won't get off.
Well, you might need more help than you think.
Apparently, I need massive amounts. Keeping them doing covers from escaping. I know what it is. It's 2 little dogs going, why are you making the bed?
Yeah, really.
Okay, so these are all blackberries, right?
These
and
are blackberries.
The ones you pick that are ripe are the ones that are black instead of red.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
And you do the far side yet, dear?
No, half of it.
Which half?
The other end.
All right.
The ones that don't have any black ones hanging on them.
Yeah. That's hard to tell sometimes. They're not fully black. You don't always pull them. Yeah, you don't.
Here are the tomatoes. See, mostly green ones there. They might have already gotten them today.
Yeah, I did the tomatoes. I missed one. In case you want to see how it's done. Ta-da. There'll be 1 tomato in with the berries.
Almost look like an apple.
They do, but it's just that type of tomato. Oh.
Well, what kind are those? I see that's a big thing too.
I'd have meant to ask, which kind of tomatoes you plant this year?
Okay, in this box are all hybrids. This box has hybrids. There's yellow boys. There's pink girls. There's one. What is it? Shoot. These have. I can find a tag for them. They have a different leaf, as you see.
Oh, right, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, brandywines.
Oh, okay.
Okay. They're hybrid, or they're not hybrid. These are heirloom.
Oh, okay.
Okay, and they're bigger, not as form-shaped tomatoes.
Mm-hmm.
Because they've kind of left them to their natural state. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when you come over here to the Jet Stars.
Jet Stars?
Jet Stars, yes. They are a more round, firmer tomato. Now, these are the best for canning, making juice, diced tomatoes. They're not the best for like spaghetti sauce because they have more acid.
Mm-hmm.
When you're picking tomatoes, they ripen in the dark, mostly underneath. So if you pick a tomato like this and set it out for a day, it will ripen all by itself.
Oh, okay.
If you leave them in there because of the cages, okay, they're harder to get to,
right.
And when they're ripe, you'll break the skin.
Oh, right. Uh-huh.
Okay, but let's see. Okay, now see what the problem with picking tomatoes is. You don't look in the plant. Some people. That's my husband, but don't tell anybody.
Right. Just pick what's on the outside and leave the ones way up under there.
Yeah, so you've got to get in them to find them. And if one falls off, see, there's a beautiful one. One falls off, okay, it will ripen by itself, or you can always have fried green tomatoes.
There you go.
Either way, okay? So when they told me that they picked these plants and they only got a few tomatoes, I knew that was not.
Knew that the quality control was off.
Exactly.
Yep, there's one on the ground down there.
Yeah.
So you had a lot of trouble with raccoons and stuff? It's probably easier from the other side. Oh, and it's been ate already.
Birds.
Yep. Oh, birds got it?
Birds, if they ripen, the birds like them.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they had a few deer get in from the
And the
other
deer
side.
got
Oh, deer were in here?
No, because
You'll find them with a chunk out of each, just one chunk out, and
Yeah.
because of resist being pulled, you're like, what?
Somebody bit it.
Yeah, it's a deer.
Yeah, because I forgot to close the fence.
Oh, that happens.
But here, that one got punched by something, but it looks a lot like that.
That'll be
Oh.
that's a bird,
Yeah.
and that will ripen up, and it actually, if you leave it sit, it'll heal itself. But you can still use it.
Yeah. So, I don't know why they'd have trouble with bird problems if you see all these bird houses.
Here's a deer strike.
So deer got that one.
Yeah.
Man, that looks like something off Shark Week.
Yeah. That's what they look like when they had a deer strike. And I just pitch it to the chickens.
Yes, and the chickens get everything. If it's not usable,
Nasty goes over the fence.
So there's more berries. So the berries must have been really set to go, huh?
Yeah, that was one that volunteered, just, bird droppings probably, and it started growing here, and they left it. So they're just pruning it back and everything. I've already got everything off of it that should be going, except those ones I can't reach. And that'll just be bird food. Pumpkins.
And here are the chickens.
My dad is trimming right now and, cutting everything back. And you got to do that if you want to keep them in shape, be able to pick them and get them to grow more. Prune them back, guys. But, yeah. So all that just goes into the chickens. They love it. Yeah. They take care of all the work.
So this week on Shark Week, we have the chicken sharks. And they're currently in a feeding frenzy with that tomato. So we got about about a dozen of these garden boxes. Here's their electric fence. So you gotta be careful you don't walk into that. But it's not 100%. That's why they had all those tomatoes that were bitten by the deer. Of course, you have to make sure it's plugged in every night. More of their bird houses. And finally the grapes. Morning.
Good morning.
You know what you're doing there?
No. No.
Just a lot of practice, huh?
Yeah. Well, you gotta keep them trained back
To the fence, uh-huh.
and they'll keep running. Otherwise, you just get runners.
Uh-huh. That you can't mow around and...
Yeah, and they don't do anything but eat up all the energy.
Yep. Non-productive eaters.
Yep. And you gotta grow in a row.
Uh-huh.
You don't belong in my garden.
Oh. Yep, if it's not a straight line, it ain't right, huh?
It ain't right. See where the deer got in?
Yeah, Maggie was showing me that.
Yeah.
So then you just throw all these trimmings over into the chickens and they eat them up, huh?
Chickens.
Yep.
So they eat what they want, and the rest goes to the ground.
Yep. Not a bad plan.
It ain't. That's a plan for a lot of them too.
Oh, all those tomatoes.
Yeah, well, I'm tired of eating them.
Yep.
This is poblano.
Yeah.
A lot of Mexican restaurants. This is when you get a cheesy. What is it called? Yeah.
Yeah,
Whatever. But
Reno?
that's what you get.
Oh.
And they're mild. They're not hot. They're mild. There's pepper flavor.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Now over here we have the jalapenos, which really need to be picked because you get them. Let them go too much further, they get woody, and then you can't can them.
Oh, okay.
You can them, but they're tough and chewy. So you want to pick them. Now these are the giant ones, okay, but I don't want them to get much bigger than this for canning.
Right.
You're about right there, aren't you?
Yep.
I know this one is.
Yes.
The one in my hand.
So that's now peppers will last canned for 2 to 3 years, but they get soft.
Right.
Just like pickles. So I'd rather go ahead and pick these and make fresh this year because what I have right now is a year old.
Okay.
Chicken food.
Yes, and chickens don't care.
They don't mind the hot, huh?
No, here's what I'm talking about getting
They
woody.
don't line them up if they can.
Okay,
Zoom in on that. Okay, yeah.
see that?
So they call it getting woody. Okay.
And the skin gets real hard.
Mm-hmm. It's almost like it looks like dehydrated or something, maybe.
Yeah, it just.
Well, and it's been raining a ton here.
Yeah.
Unlike other parts of the country, this isn't because they're not got enough water.
No, I know that. I'm just saying maybe it's because it's like dying and it got dehydrated.
No, they're getting old.
Yeah, that's what I just said.
See,
End of life dehydration. It happens.
Yeah, yeah. Check my arm out. You'll see.
Hey, it happens to all of us. If we're lucky.
Yes, exactly. If we're lucky.
Yeah, well, you can only get that if you get that far.
But you know, my mom didn't, because she was heavy.
Oh, right.
So she kept elasticity in her skin. Now this is a no-no.
Yeah, let them
You
hang
should
up there.
never ever let them get this big.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
This is a straight 8, burpless, wonderful peppers or red peppers, cucumbers. If anybody wants ever to grow cucumbers, watch that fence. They grow really, really well, and they're really, really good, and they make wonderful pickles.
Awesome. Kerosene cucumbers.
Yeah. Well, see, there's a
Don't
baby.
back into that electric fence.
not.
It'll get a lot of views, but
Yeah.
wait for it. No.
There's a baby one. Little baby one. And when they
Okay.
get to about that long, they ought to be coming off of there.
Okay.
Yeah, it should have been picked.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I didn't see them, or I wasn't paying any attention because I have a whole bunch of cucumbers in the house.
I was gonna say, I see other than those 2 right there. I see the little. So you got most of them last time.
Yeah, see, this is getting way too big.
Mm-hmm.
You got some boards going on over here.
I got.
Oh, Lord, I see. Wait. Wait for me.
The
Okay.
problem with coming to the garden is there's always something to do, and there's more than you ever intended to do when you got there.
Right. Tell us again about the square boxes versus the long rectangular ones.
The square boxes are fine if you have a crop that you can hoe or shovel out or whatever. But if you have to reach,
Mm-hmm.
it's just to the center.
Right. You can't get there.
And being a short person, it's almost impossible for me to really get in there without hurting the plant.
Right. Right. Right.
Because see, if you look at these peppers here,
Yeah,
see all the
that
little
one?
blossoms?
Yeah, that one doesn't
Okay.
have any.
See the little blossoms?
Mhm.
Those will make peppers, and
Right.
they will manufacture peppers for all fall
Mm-hmm.
Till they freeze.
until they freeze. That's the good thing about pepper plants.
Tomatoes do the same thing.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have a.
But you get tired of tomatoes after a while, so you
Right.
let them go.
You pull them out of the ground.
And these are
Keep feeling
gourd
bad about
plants. I planted them all along here, and as you can see, gourds are very selective where they want to grow, or if they want to grow.
Oh, right.
So we'll see what happens with the gourds. We're going to have blossoms here pretty soon, so
I was just gonna say,
wherever
yeah,
there's a
they're
blossom, there's a
gonna do
gourd.
their thing.
They're supposed to be connected, yes.
Yeah, they're doing their thing.
Mm-hmm. Now that was a volunteer, and I'm almost saying that that's a cucumber.
That's exactly what I was just looking at. This is not a gourd.
No,
Pointy leaf.
Mm-hmm.
That's a cute.
that's a cucumber. But he was a volunteer and came up really late. This is lettuce in the center.
Uh-huh.
And of course we eat them early in the spring, but as the beans grow up, the lettuce protects the beans protect the lettuce from the sun, and then the chickens get one of those like every day.
Oh, right.
So I plant them all the way down the center, and then they don't go to waste. The chickens eat them.
Yep. Growing chicken food, hey, it's
Yep.
better than buying it.
Yes, that's key.
A lot of low-hanging things for the birds around here.
No, that's a,
Just help
for
hold the fence up.
that's
Yeah.
for the fence, yeah. It started paving.
So this is bird wire up above it. They were having trouble with red-tailed hawks swooping in and grabbing a free meal. And so they enclosed the top of their chicken yard with all these wires. And this is electric fence wire, but it's not charged. It just cross hatches across there, the whole pen, and red-tailed hawks don't come in here anymore. Of course, there's still raccoons and possums. There's nothing that don't like chicken.
Pull these little carrots and wash them off real good. And I'll use them in my tomato juice because they're only like this. But the flavor's there, and that's what you need.
Well, I think V8 made a bunch of money doing that, right?
Oh, yeah.
So they're pulling all these radishes that went to seed out and feeding them to the chickens.
Yeah, they don't do too good when they get too far along. They kind of get like that, and it looks edible, but if you try to eat that, you won't like yourself really.
Not doing yourselves any favor, huh?
No.
See, giving these chickens all this green, they'll absorb all that moisture in their body, and they won't drink as much water, which chickens need a lot of water. But yesterday I only got 4 eggs.
Right.
Out of 11
Out of the whole
chickens, which is normal for hot time. Okay. But today I'll probably get 7 or 8.
After they eat all this.
Because they'll eat all this, and that moisture will go through their body. And they need the moisture to produce an egg. Yes, they're. And we had trouble last night because Peep wouldn't go in the barn because Mr. King decided he wasn't going to let him in.
Right. So, with the chickens having names, I got to ask, what are your omelets called?
I don't know. I haven't named any of the black ones because I really can't tell them apart.
Right, yeah. What kind are the black ones?
Lorenthops.
Okay, Lorenthops, and then those are Rock Island Reds, aren't they?
There's a Rhode Island Red.
Rhode Island Reds. Okay.
Her name's Missy, and she's always underneath my feet. Oh, she's very curious.
Whoop.
And this one here, well, sometimes I won't tell you what I call her, but it starts with a B. Because she is meaner than sin.
Yeah.
As you can just see.
Right.
She does not
tolerate anybody else, huh?
In the pecking order, I guess she's it, and she's one of the smaller ones. And the roosters, well, Peep was conceived and hatched here and grown up, okay? And as you can see, he looks just like that's King. He looks just like his daddy. Okay, doesn't sound like his daddy. But he's trying so hard to sound like a rooster. And I don't think he's ever going to get it because he's old enough.
I'd say not. At his age, you can tell the roosters apart because the one that's running from the other.
Well, King's got the bigger tail.
Yeah, and King's the one doing the chasing.
Oh, he does not tolerate him. No, they don't fight anymore because they know they get yelled at.
Right. Well-disciplined chickens. Or roosters.
Well, let's put it this way. When I walk out here at nighttime,
and
I take my stick and I start tapping if they're out, and I just say night, night, night. Every one of them, except for Pee-Pee, will go in. No problem.
Last 2 times I counted them. Counted 14.
Good.
14 animals out here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He'll go in. King stands at the door and won't let Pee-Pee in. So we have to wait till King gets in, flies all the way to the rafters, and gets up there, and then he'll go in.
Wow.
Look at all the berries he's wasted.
Ah.
There's so many. And they'll grow even more back behind it by taking off
We're blessed to have Maggie's mom and dad right across the street from us and to be able to share in some of the homestead lifestyle with them. This was Bill's 81st birthday. He served overseas in the United States Marine Corps, and then when he came home, he served 41 years on the Indianapolis Fire Department in one of the area's busiest firehouses. It's a real honor to give them a hand when they need it. If you liked the video, drop a like, and don't forget to subscribe, and we love your comments. Have a good one, y'all. Be safe and take care.
See ya!